Week 2 of football is in the books. We are here with Week 3 picks. Welcome to the Degenzone. Hi, I'm Johnny Rash. We're joined today with Dante and Big Mike. Joey is on assignment, and we have his picks here for us. We'll be giving his picks. He's scouting, making a scouting report. We've got 6 games that we're going to talk about today. How'd you guys feel about how you did last week?
I don't know.
Probably bad.
I don't remember anything that I said last week.
Well, here
I know my lock didn't hit.
So your lock of the week, your parlay, you went 2 for 2 on your parlay. Yep. You got the Chiefs pick wrong.
Yep.
And what was the other one you got wrong?
And then the Cowboys over.
Cowboys over.
Yeah,
which, by the way, that was stupid. That should have gone over.
It should have. I don't know where the defense
Football's
came
stupid.
from.
I blame that one on the refs.
So Dante, your record last week was 3-4, moving your season record to 9-6. Not too bad.
I'm still positive.
Big Mike, on the other hand,
Oh no.
went 0-6
No,
last week.
you didn't. No.
So bad.
That is impressive in its own right to me, that you went 0-6 last week.
No.
When do I get kicked off this show? When do I just get relieved of my duties? That is so fucking bad. 0-6?
0-6.
So, I preface now today. Everything that I tell you guys to, whoever fucking watches this godforsaken show, do the opposite.
Guy
You'll win a shit
Costanza
ton-
it. George
you will-
Costanza him.
You will win a shit ton of money. 0-6. 0-6. You know how hard that is to do?
That's,
I couldn't pick a single game right?
No. Is it just as hard to go 0-6 as 6-0?
I think it's just as difficult.
Because you have to,
Yeah, it's just as hard. Like, you can't hit one?
you can't hit one.
That's tough.
I think I've always said this, that if you go 0 for whatever on your parlay, you should get something back. Because that's just impressive.
It
in its
wasn't
own
even
right.
parlay. I just
No.
went over $1 million on all my picks because I'm
So-
an idiot and I
Hey,
should
there's
be
only
killed.
way to go is up now. You know what I mean?
Someone should
You can't
hire-
get worse than that.
Someone should hire a hitman and kill me. That's how bad I am.
So that moves Big Mike's record on the season to 2-10.
Oh my god, that sounds even worse.
And then we have our other
I'm an
person,
idiot.
Joey. He went 1-5 last week.
Oh my god, coming off a 1-7 week.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is not.
Fucking like I'm sweating now.
It gets hot in here. I'll tell you that.
This is not a great sign of things to come. Joey was 2-2 on his parlay as well, and his season record is 2-12.
Okay, all right. That's 2-10 is better than 2-12.
If you told me going into the show that after 2 weeks I would be the only one that has a positive record, I would have said you were the biggest liar, and that was just a straight up lie. But here we are. I guess I'll take 9-6.
So should we get into some picks?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, let's do it.
Let's get into the picks.
2-10, and I'm still doing
Yeah,
this.
you could be 2-12.
Yeah, yeah, that's positive for me. 2-12, 2-10.
All right.
Fuck.
We're skipping over the Thursday night game this week because it sucks.
Yeah, Panthers Texans.
Panthers -8. Don't listen to me though. I already put the bet in.
No.
Oh,
The Panthers.
fuck.
This is what the NFL does to us.
Tyrod Taylor's not playing for the. All right, next game. Sorry.
No.
Next game.
No.
Sorry.
Let's start off the game
Sorry,
with probably one of the best games this week. We got Chargers at Chiefs.
Yep.
The 1 o'clock game. -6.5 for the Chiefs. The over/under is 55.5 points. Chargers will be without their starting offensive tackle, Brian Bulaga, who was placed on IR this week. Although Chris Harris looks like he's going to come back, their cornerback, to debut for the Chargers this season, following a shoulder injury. The Chiefs are allowing 482 yards per game to their opponents this season so far. Their defense is non-existent. 74% of all bets are placed on Kansas City currently, and the Chargers are 1-1 against the spread. The Chiefs are 0-2.
Chris Harris, was he a corner in the Broncos?
Isn't he
Yes.
the host of
Yes,
The
he
Bachelor?
was.
That's Chris Harrison.
Oh.
Chris Harris
Whatever.
was the Broncos.
Oh, so he's a good he's a good corner.
Yeah.
All right, can I start it off?
Go ahead.
You're the only one making
I
bets.
can't trust the Chiefs spread at this point. I mean, they already let me down once. I do love the over in this game, though. I know Chris Harris might be coming back, but I think the Chiefs, they can score on any defense. You can have the best defense in the league, and the Chiefs can probably still put up 20, 30 points on you. Chargers, their offense is elite too. Chiefs doesn't. Their defense isn't anything to brag about. So I think over 55.5 is the safe bet here. So that's what I'm going with.
Mike? I'm going to say something real quick while Mike thinks.
Yeah, I don't know if he's thinking. I just don't think he wants to
Chiefs
talk.
-6.5. If you are smart, you bet Chargers +6.5.
Where are they playing?
They're playing in Kansas City.
All right, so honestly, you know what?
Better. You
Fuck
should feel
it.
better
Let's
about
just, you know what? Fuck it. Chiefs minus 6.5. Make that bet. Because I'm gonna be right, and I might go 1 for 6 this week, or 1-5, whatever, however you do math nowadays. That's gonna be the right one. So
better than 0 for 6.
Yep, fuck you.
So I've got one thing to say to Dante about the over on this game. The Chargers' offense has not looked great this year, as elite as it may seem.
I actually hate the over here.
Yeah,
But
so
again, I don't
the
know.
Chargers last week against the putrid Cowboys defense.
Yeah, they only put up 14.
Put up 17 points last
17.
week.
That's on the refs.
They put up, well, I mean,
4.
at some extent, yes. I mean, they got Jared Cook had this touchdown taken away last week.
Oh, that's right.
There were like 7 touchdowns taken back.
Yeah, and then they only scored 20 against the football team. The football team has good defense, but
Honestly, you know, you'd start off a little slow, but it only takes one game to, you know, put things back on track, and I think they'll do it against the Chiefs. It'll be a good game. I think it'll be a fantastic game. I'm excited to watch it, actually.
And then, so I will be saying what Joey picks. Joey is taking the Chiefs minus 6.5 in that game.
I'm sad. I'm a sad person right now.
This show has turned into just like a therapy session at this point.
Let's move on. We're talking about the Patriots for the first time this season.
Hey!
Make sure to throw them in.
Big Mac, baby. Big Mac Jones.
Stop it up.
We got Saints at Patriots. Patriots are favorited at minus 3. The over-under for this game is 41.5 points. Pats are without, might be without Trent Brown and Kyle Van Noy, who are both questionable after being out in Week 2. And Jameis Winston is the storyline for the Saints here. Great Week 1, 5 touchdowns against the Green Bay Packers. And then last week was, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Future Hall of Famer, Jameis Winston, you mean?
Everyone has their bad weeks, you know what I mean? It happens.
Peyton Manning threw a million picks this rookie year.
Rookie year.
He's a
Almost
Hall of
30.
Famer, so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jameis Winston, future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's still a rookie, right, Jameis?
Yes, yep.
Yeah. In my heart, he is.
Famous for being a rookie.
Stole crab legs last year.
Yep.
55% of all bets are being placed on the Patriots so far. Both teams are 1-1 against the spread this season.
You know, you had a quote last week.
Oh,
You said life is too short to bet the under. But
Uh-huh.
then we told you that was wrong. It's life is too short. No, he said life is too short to bet the over.
Life's too short to
and
bet
that
the
was
under.
wrong.
Oh, wait.
Life is too short to bet the under.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
So I'm taking the under. I just can't see this being a high-scoring game. Mac Jones, he's just a very conservative, slow-paced, makes the right decisions type of quarterback. He's not going to be putting up major points on any defense, at least early on this season. I think the Patriots have a pretty good defense, even if guys are out. Jameis Winston obviously struggled last week. I think the Patriots defense will have a good showing against Jameis and the Saints. And I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game. I'd be surprised if either team scored more than 2 touchdowns, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be, I'm excited to watch it, but I think it can be kind of boring, too. So I'm going to take the under here. And I hate it. I hate taking unders. I don't think I ever really take unders, but I don't know. I just feel like it's not going to be a high-scoring game this week.
Pats. The Pats. They
yes.
are playing the Saints, and they are minus 3.
Those are all facts.
And yep, these are all
Can't
factual
argue that.
statements.
Can't argue
And
that.
I'm going to take that exact line. Maybe not. Yeah, I am. 21-17 final score. Jameis will throw at least 1 pick, at least 2 picks. Mac will play his game. It's going to be a methodical game for the Patriots. 21-17. That equates to minus 4 even. But we're going to take minus 3, and that's a win.
That would be the under, too, so that would be good for both
There
of
you
us. There we go. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I will say I took the under for the Pats-Jets game last week, and it hit. Pats have not been putting up that many
The
points.
Pats, I feel like, are a good under team this year.
I think
At least
so,
for the
too.
first few games,
I
at
think
least.
with the strong defense that the Pats have, they force a lot of turnovers. I think definitely is. I mean, I'm not giving my picks, but if I had to give my picks,
They're
I'd
a
probably
slow-paced team.
Yeah, I'd
They're a
probably
slow-paced team.
bet both my picks this week. Pats winning by minus 3 and taking the under on this game. I like the Pats defense in this game against a reckless quarterback like Jameis Winston. I don't think
He
the
is
Saints are gonna
reckless, but I love it.
I will say, look out for Alvin Kamara this week. Had a slow week last week. Could break out big way this week. Could be a very useful target and threat. If you're going up against him in fantasy, be careful for Alvin Kamara. And then going on to Joey's picks for this game. He did 2 picks for this game. He did the Pats minus 3, and he took the over, 41.5. Joey's
All right,
picks.
Jory, I'll fight you. I'll fight you next time I see you next week. Look out. Can I say one thing real quick about Jameis? So I was having this conversation about the year that I won my fantasy football league, and Jameis was my starting quarterback. I found a screenshot of the week I won. Jameis threw 4 interceptions in the championship week.
Of course he did.
And I still won by like 30 or something like that.
Future Hall of Famer, dude.
I was dying. Hey, fantasy football champion. Can't take that away from him.
All right.
Next game.
Next game. Moving on to Dolphins at Raiders. Raiders. This was a better game when I chose it than it is now. Raiders -4. Over/under is 45. Raiders. Derek Carr is questionable with a sprained ankle, but expected to play. Josh Jacobs also questionable. Was out last week.
That's great. I
And
have
a
Kenny
game-time
Drake in
decision.
fantasy. That would be fantastic if he was out.
Tua has already been declared out with a rib injury. He has a broken rib. Jacoby Brissett will start at quarterback. I don't think I set the line. It was Raiders -4, and the over/under is 45. 82% of bets are placed on the Raiders for this game. Raiders are 2-0 against the spread this year, and Dolphins are 1-1. Raiders really been a surprise team so far this year. Derek Carr has been throwing a really good football. Dante, what do you think?
He is good at throwing that football, Johnny, and that is why I'm taking the Raiders. -4 now. I originally was -3.5, but 4, not really much of a difference. I'm taking the Raiders here. I mean, the Dolphins without Tua, I don't know. Jacoby Brissett's all right, but he's not anything special. I don't think the Dolphins will keep up with the Raiders. And again, they've looked really good this year. I don't know why. I mean, they have a good offense, I guess. Derek Carr is having a great year so far. So I'm going to keep riding the Raiders and taking them -4. Guess I'm going with the 82%. When you said that, I was like, ugh. I don't like that. I don't like when a majority of
too high.
It's way too high. Like around like 50s, 60s is good for me. 80s a lot. That makes me think Vegas is going to do something sketchy. But I'll still roll with the Raiders.
Vegas is definitely in Vegas's pocket.
Yep, always.
Wow.
Vegas always wins.
Vegasception. Raiders -3.5. Tua being out, the Raiders are just fucking hot right now. Everyone's clicking with Carr and Gruden and the boys. Mark Davis with that fresh haircut. Raiders -3.5.
You think they got haircuts before the game?
It's fresh
Did you
as
see John-
fuck. Throw a bowl on top, couple snips.
Gruden said he hates people that make fun of his haircut. He goes, I don't understand why people make fun of him.
Tell you what, man, I got a great haircut, okay? I go to a guy, he puts a ball on my head, he cuts it right
Fucking
around
insane.
there. It's great, I'll tell you that.
That's a great impression.
Thank
it
you.
really is a great
I love my John
impression.
Gruden impression.
I love it.
I watched the Dolphins game last week because one of my friends is a
Yeah.
Dolphins fan.
Who they play again?
They played the Bills.
Bills. That's
The
right.
Bills.
Oh, yeah, that's
The
right.
Bills.
The Bills.
Jacoby
steamrolled
Brissett got so slow and like clunky as a quarterback.
Mhm.
I can't believe how bad he got from like 2 years ago on the Colts when he was.
I was going to say, he was a starter 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, he was decent on the Colts. He wasn't anything good, but he was decent. He looked so much worse on Sunday.
Yeah. I have no faith in Jacoby Brissett this
No
week.
faith in Jacoby Brissett. Joey made his picks. So he got the Raiders -3.5. Now -4. The line has changed since Tua has been out. So Joey taking the Raiders. So he agrees with you guys. All right, now moving on to our next game. We got probably the best game
of the week.
Game of the week
Game
here.
of the week, yeah.
Buccaneers at Rams.
Oh, I'm so excited.
This is a pretty even match. We got -1 towards the Buccaneers. Over
Changed
under is
to
50.
1.5.
It's changed to 1.5 now.
Yeah, that's what I put on.
So now we'll just say the line shifted to 1.5 for the Bucks. Over under is 55.5 points.
800 gambler if you have a problem.
That's what they
Rams have said Darrell Henderson, their starting running back, is questionable after exiting week 2 with a rib injury. The Bucks are allowing 27 points per game this season, but are scoring 39.5 points per game. 69% of bets are placed on Tampa, and both teams are 1-1 against the spread this year.
What's the percent of bets on Tampa?
It was
63.
69.
Oh, that's nice.
I like.
I'm taking the Tampa Bay spread. I have it at -1 here, -1.5, whatever it is. I think it will be a close game. I think Tampa Bay will win by a field goal. The game's going to be unbelievable. I don't know if it'll be high scoring. I don't know if it'll be low scoring. That's why I'm not taking the over-under here. But I do think Tampa Bay will win. Though, we did talk about this the other day, I think Tampa Bay, they have a chance of going undefeated this year. If you look at their schedule, it's not crazy to think that they can go undefeated. If they were to lose a game, this could be the game that they lose. I do think the Rams can win, but I believe that Tampa will win more than I think the Rams will win. So, I am taking Tampa minus whatever it is. Also, didn't know the running back was hurt, so that also kind of makes me feel more confident in that bet.
Bucks spread. Take it. They're gonna go undefeated. 38.5. 35-28 maybe this is going to be. It's going to be a good game. Two really good teams going on. I think this is a NFC Championship matchup
Preview.
right here. Yeah, preview, thank you. Stafford has looked very good. That Rams defense is very good, but look, they're going against the team that's brought everyone fucking back. Bucks -1.5.
Do you know this is Tom Brady's first game in LA?
In LA.
his career.
Yeah.
Makes
Never
sense.
played an LA team.
Yeah.
Why? Because there really haven't been a lot of LA teams until the last few years. So that's why.
Makes sense.
This is, for
That's
me,
what it
said, well
says.
said.
Hey, facts are facts.
for me, this is a game I'm taking the over on.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
I could go either way.
What was it at?
could go
55?
either way.
55.5, the high over.
I mean, I would like it. I have Robert Woods on my fantasy team, so I'd love to see him get a ton of looks. That
But
could,
yeah, I
that could be
mean-
very high score. You easily could.
The Bucks defense hasn't been as good as it was last year.
Their
especially
D line's a lot
playoffs.
better than their secondary.
Yeah.
I will say.
And
so.
for a game like a passing game like this one, it's going to be, you're going to have a lot of. Cooper Kupp taking it.
He's
He's going to have a great week this
He's a
week.
beast.
Definitely taking the over on this game. Again, my picks don't matter though. No one cares what I have to say. Joey is taking the Bucks -1 in this game. We'll say 1.5 too. Line shifted a little bit since yesterday. Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting game.
Game of the week.
Game of the week.
Game of the week, game of the week, game of the week.
Unbelievable game.
4:30 game.
Awesome.
I think it's the Fox primetime game.
And what time is the Chargers games? At 1?
That's
that would
1.
be part. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful schedule by the
slate.
NFL.
Yeah.
Beautiful
They did a good
schedule.
job this week. I mean, it's an interesting week of games. You got-
There's some games, but there's also a lot of good games. So at the end of the day,
Football.
it's 7 hours of commercial-free football. So you
Starts
can't get
right
too
now?
upset. Starts right now.
Ah!
Woo!
Moving on, we got Bengals.
Oh.
We got Bengals at Steelers. Steelers -3.5. The over/under on this game is 43.5. Steelers, Devin White, Joe Hayden, Deontay Johnson are all questionable.
Oh, Christ.
As well, on top of that, Ben Roethlisberger is working through a serious pec injury.
Oh,
Says he'll
Christ.
play, but he'll have to play through pain. Steelers are averaging under 300 yards of total offense in the first
I
2
know
weeks.
every of these things.
Joe Burrow has thrown 3 consecutive...
He's a fucking Sex Pistol, Joe Burrow.
He is.
That's what it says here. It says Joe Burrow is a fucking sex pistol.
Perfect.
Yep.
Just want everyone to know.
Joe Burrow threw 3 consecutive interceptions in week 2 loss. He did not look that sharp in week 2.
It'll be fun.
61% of picks are placed on the Steelers. Both teams are 1-1 against the spread this year. Dante, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Oh my god,
So,
Winder.
Sophie, I apologize. I know I sent you Steelers, man. I'm
Oh!
sorry. I didn't think you could hear me. I took Steelers.
Yeah, you know, the sheet is soundproof.
Alright, so, yeah, I mean, how could you have this?
How the fuck can you hear us through the sheet?
I took Steelers -3. Nice! I took Steelers -3.5. That's why I told Sophie. I think the Steelers are going to win this game, but I think the Bengals are going to cover. No one, like, the Steelers are so banged up right now. Ben Roethlisberger, I mean, if he doesn't play, Dwayne Haskins is their starting quarterback, and that makes me think the Bengals might just win straight up. Deontay Johnson, brutal injury to get. Like, literally last play of the game, got a knee injury, and he's an injury-prone guy, unfortunately. He was
Out with a knee.
yeah, tough knee injury. I gotta go Bengals +3.5. I'm sorry, Sophie, I'm making you change this, but I cannot confidently take the Steelers -3.5. Not for the fans. I can't fool the fans. I gotta tell them what I think is right, and that is Bengals +3.5.
You know.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I don't know about this game. I think it's going to be really shitty to watch if Big Ben's hurt, especially. He plays fine when he's injured, so if he plays, they might win. But if Dwayne Haskins is in, Jesus Christ, this is going to be the game you don't even know what happened on Sunday. Bengals +3.5 and the under. I think that's what's just going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a shit show.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's
Hey,
do it.
Sophie.
Let's do it. Fuck the Steelers.
Want to
Sorry,
make
I
your
didn't
Steelers
mean
pick
it.
of the week?
I didn't mean it.
Steelers pick of the week. Come on over.
Get in here.
You'll make a pick on the Steelers game.
Throw the
Don't hit me.
graphic,
Don't
throw the
hit me. I'm
graphic.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna hit you.
I'm sorry.
Sophie,
Don't
Steelers.
stab me then. I'm sorry.
Steelers Bengals. We got -3.5 on the Steelers. Who you taking?
Go Steelers. The Bengals.
I have to pick a team that's gonna win.
Who? Okay. Will the
Sorry,
Steelers win by
yeah.
4, or will they lose? Or the Bengals? Will the Steelers win by 4 or more, or will the Steelers win by 3 or fewer, or lose?
This show's great.
I love this show.
That's how you gamble, folks.
I'm hoping win by 4 or more, but I don't know how likely that is.
So what's your prediction?
I don't know. I guess I'll stick with that one.
She's taking the Steelers minus 3.5.
Ride or die.
Yeah,
Gotta
that's it.
Ride with the guys. Ride with the boys.
That was
That's Sophie's
correct.
pick.
And that is
Sophie's-
and that's Sophie's Choice. That's a movie, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a Holocaust movie.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
Where Meryl Streep has to choose whether to save her son or her daughter.
How is that
in
a
the
Holocaust movie?
What?
Sophie's
Oh.
Choice?
Because
Jesus.
Where
the
did she
choice-
choose?
She chooses the son.
She chose.
Oh, spoiler alert!
Yeah, I was gonna watch that.
What the
Damn it,
hell?
Johnny.
That was your movie recap of the week.
That was your Holocaust movie
Check
recap
it out
of
on
the week.
Amazon.
Stay tuned next week when we talk about
I've never-
a boy in the striped pajamas. Bengals. Joey's pick is Bengals plus 3.5. He has them covering the spread.
I don't know how much I like all of our picks being similar this week.
Yeah, I hate it.
Because me and you are like, for most
Yeah,
of our
yeah,
picks, are on point, and then Joey. More nervous about Joey. Me and
Yeah,
Rich.
Joey agrees with you.
Joey
Something's
was
going
minus
on.
3.5 when the line was Packers plus 3.5. So he has no idea what's going
Doesn't know what's
on.
happening.
Anywho,
Our last pick, Packers at Niners. Niners are the favorite, minus 3.5, which to me is surprising. Over under is 49.5.
Minus 3.5.
Yeah,
Joey has Packers minus 3.5, which isn't an option.
No, it's not.
I'm
So-
gonna text Joey right now. And find out.
He's gonna go over on that one.
Packers, Aaron Rodgers bounced back from a week 1 loss with 4 touchdowns against the Lions. Looked sharp as hell against the Lions, but it is the Lions. 49ers, Deebo Samuel is leading the NFL with 282 receiving yards through the first 2 weeks.
Because in week 1 he had like a million. Had like most of those yards.
Most of a million, yeah.
Yeah.
70% of the bets are placed on the Niners.
Whoa! Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love my pick.
I like my pick now. Okay.
Both teams are 1-1 against the spreads. I'm guessing by your reactions, you're both taking the Packers?
Yeah, Packers plus 3.5. Listen, I think the 49ers are, they're a good team. They are a good team, very good defense. Their offense, they have a good amount of weapons. They are banged up. A lot of their running backs are hurt. They actually just signed they signed someone to their squad. He used to be in the NFL a few years ago. But regardless, they are banged up.
John Elway.
Jared McKinnon, maybe?
Yeah, John Elway.
John Elway now on the 49ers. No, I'm taking Green Bay plus 3.5. Listen, I know they sucked week 1 and they did look great against the Lions. It is the Lions, but they had a great bounce back game. Honestly, some teams only need that one game to really turn things around. I don't think we're going to see the Packers like they were in week 1 again this season. And I think the Packers are just going to outright win this game. I'm going to take the spread just to to be safe, but I do think the Packers, it would not be stupid to take the money line straight up. I think the Packers are going to win this game outright. I don't know why it's 3.5. I genuinely am confused. Aaron Jones looked like a beast last year. Devontae Adams is a top 3 wide receiver, and Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. So that's that.
Packers plus 3.5. Aaron Rodgers back. Aaron Jones back.
Mhm.
Aaron Jones' necklace with his father's
Back.
ashes
Back.
Definitely back. Yep.
Plus 3.5. Take it. The Niners they're a fraudulent team. I don't think they're that good. Well, no, I don't think they're that good. Jimmy G stinks. Their defense is good. Yeah, let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
It's all right.
So I
baby.
I texted Joey about his pick. He said the Niners are favored, and I said yes. And he said, wow, all caps.
Oh, that was already.
So he's probably taking them
Green Bay
3.5.
money line is what his pick is.
Hey, there.
All right,
Say,
yeah, all right.
Joey, I said that you can't be stupid for taking that, so you are not stupid for taking that.
Yeah, it seems like you guys have very similar picks this week.
I don't
which is
like it,
not
and I
good. No,
don't
it's-
like
it's
that
horrible.
whatsoever.
It's
I
horrible.
hate it, actually.
horrible.
I despise it.
Now it's time for our lock of the week. Boys, what is your lock of the week?
All right. I'm taking a break from parlays.
Thank God.
I was very confident in my parlay last week, and it did not work out. So this time I am going to go with one single bet as my lock of the week. We just talked about it. Green Bay plus 3.5.
Whoa!
Again, I actually don't understand why they're underdogs. You didn't really mention any major injuries to the Packers, Johnny. I don't think they really are injured.
Vegas is high on the Niners.
49ers a little
High on their own
banged up.
supply.
Aaron Rodgers is back. Aaron Jones is back. Aaron Jones' necklace very much back. I can't see the Packers losing this game.
Everyone's back.
I really can't. So I'm taking Packers plus 3.5 as my lock of the week. Going out the key.
This is like not even this is such a bad lock, but I just love it. I love everything about what I'm about to say. The Carolina Panthers this evening this evening against the Houston Texans. -8.
It's a trap. It's such a trap.
Davis Mills
I
is
know.
the Houston Texans quarterback
I
tonight.
know.
Sam Darnold's pretty fucking good.
I know.
Christian McCaffrey, pretty fucking good. DJ Moore, pretty fucking good.
I hope you're right.
-8, lock it in.
I do hope
I already
you're right.
fucking bet on it. I don't give a shit. Let's go. Let's ride with it. -8.
It's just too weird.
Lock it in.
It's just a weird Thursday night game.
Yeah, I love
It's just
it.
a weird
I love
Thursday
it.
night game.
Thursday night football's always hard to bet on.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, so I'm actually.
That's why I'm not betting. tonight.
This is a horrible
I
loss,
might
so
even
don't
watch
actually
the
do it,
game.
but I'm doing it.
Why would I watch the game tonight?
Yeah, I probably watch it
What
tonight.
interest do I have in
I'm gonna watch it.
Well, yeah, you have money on it. So.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I do want to lock in. I don't normally do this with the Patriots, but I do want to give them a -3. I think that's a very solid lock. Belichick's just too smart, and Winston's too erratic. Future Hall of Famer James is too erratic, and I think that's a very good lock, -3.
If someone can crack Belichick's code, it's James Winston.
Where's that? Look, and I would like to put a disclaimer: do everything opposite that I said today, don't win money. So,
I got Joey's lock of the week. His lock
12-team
is
parlay,
very
probably.
the 12-team parlay. He took the Raiders as his lock of the week.
Oh.
Raiders -3.5.
Yeah, I think that's
That's not
solid.
bad.
I think
That's
solid.
He
Yeah.
said Derek Carr is about to get hoisted on the public's shoulders until like week 7. So
Alright.
that's
Yeah.
Joey's words exactly.
Okay.
He's
Fair.
taking Raiders -3.5. Lock it in.
Hey.
Throw away the key. Give it to Dante. He'll swallow the key, and then if you need it, like a couple days later, just look through his shit and just like find a little key that still
I'll
hasn't been
shit
digested.
it out.
And then one lock the
Use it
key.
next
And
week.
then
The lock.
I'm happy that we all have different locks. We had similar picks, but at least the locks are different.
Best of luck
Alright.
to you this week.
Now
You
it's
too,
time
sir. You, sir.
to get the real experts. We got Will and
See you
Big
next
Nick
week.
coming in
Oh,
here.
shit, yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
All right, what's going on?
What is going on, viewers?
Hey, what's going on, viewers? My colleague is on his way. The confidence pickers are back.
Fuck it, that's good.
We're here with our confidence pickers. We got Big Nick and Will. They're here to make their confidence picks.
Johnny, great to have you back this week. Missed
Good to
you
be
last
back.
week.
I'm glad to be here. Doff my cap to you. Big Nick, your week 2 record on confidence picks was 1-2. 1-5 on the season.
You get on the scoreboard, though.
Yep.
You want to know something? If I fucking nail 2 out of these and 3, I'll be in the Hall of Fame.
There you go.
See? Fucking ain't all until it's on it, Johnny.
You could go on a hot streak and everything right for the rest of the year.
Fucking just like fantasy, baby. I smell a fucking difference coming out this week. Fuck you, beluga whale. Thanks for the yogurt pretzels, though.
Speaking of hot streaks, though, we got Will with the hottest streak around. 3-0 last week in confidence picks.
Yep.
5-1 on the season. Will might be the guy to listen to on this show.
Yep.
I would strongly advise that one.
Going.
All right, let's
One
talk
pick at a
about
time.
it. Big Nick, you want to go first with your confidence picks?
All right.
Well, first, we just want to touch on the Thursday night game. Did you play it this week?
I did not.
Neither did I.
There we
You
go.
I'm not touching that
What's
line.
the line, Johnny?
-8 for the Panthers.
I'm not touching that
We
line.
didn't even talk about it, so it's a bad game. We don't want to talk about it.
I would lean Panthers. Davis Mills at quarterback for the Texans. Don't really know what he's...
I don't like that 8 points, man. I don't like the 8 points. I don't know.
Scary?
Scary. This was a weird line. These were some weird lines this week.
Yes.
I have to say.
Tough games to pick, for sure.
Yeah.
I went back and forth on a few, but... You want to lead us off?
You know what? For the 3rd week in a row, I am taking my Patriots. Not biased. This is real shit. Saints at Patriots -3 at home. They're going to eat Jameis Winston apart.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
Love the
I
energy.
think, you know, the other
Get eaten by some crab legs.
The Saints haven't been home. They've been traveling because they can't go home because of the hurricane.
Yeah. They'll be back
The
2
coaches
weeks.
all got COVID. I like that pick.
Going Patriots -3. Slam dunk. Fuck a layup.
This is the first week I haven't taken them. All right, my first pick is, I believe it's the Monday night game. No.
Dallas?
Yeah.
Dallas Eagles are
Dallas Eagles
Monday
Monday
night.
night. Yeah.
I'm taking Philly, getting 3.5 points. Cowboys' offenses look high-powered. They're definitely a top offense in this league. However, I think Philly, the score didn't indicate, but they played San Fran tough. They just couldn't get off the field on 3rd down. San Fran converted every 3rd down. They had penalties on 3rd down, which gave them automatic firsts. I think Philly's going to clean some of that stuff up, and I think Philly's offense could start to click too. Devontae Smith had 8 targets last week, only connected on 2 of them, but I think they put it together, and I'll take the field goal.
My next one and I'm riding this one until the end because I also made an updated my fantasy thing this week, and I'll explain that in just a minute. I got the Dolphins at the Raiders -4. I'm going without Davis. R.I.P. the Raiders.
Let's go.
It's in Vegas. No Tyler Taluga. Fucking Jacoby Brissett's there. I got the fucking Raiders defense. I took the Rams defense out. Put the Raiders defense in this week because I think they're going to do shit against them. Fucking go Vegas. Go strippers. And make it rain.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off that. That was my third confidence pick. I went back and forth on that and the Cleveland game, but I went with that. Carr's questionable, but I think he's going to play.
He'll play.
And even if it's Peterman, I think that line could drop. So pay attention to that line, viewers. I think Carr will play, but, you know, I don't know.
They can't move the ball.
Brissett threw for under 200 yards last week. I mean, I think they're going to struggle. And that place is rocking. What do they call it? The Death Star, that stadium? That place is rocking.
Well, they're calling it something.
Carr's playing like an MVP. He's in the conversation. That offense looked good. I'm rolling with them. Al Davis.
Al Davis. Just win, baby.
All right, one more pick for you guys. Nick, what's your last confidence pick?
All right. So I looked through the rest of these confidence picks, and I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of these were weird. Like the Jets game was weird to me. I did not want to go anywhere near the Bucs game. So I went with one that I was confident in out of all the ones that I saw left. And I got the Ravens -8 against the Detroit Lions. I think the Lions are fucking ass. And I think Lamar Jackson's going to run all over them.
You think the Ravens roll?
I think the Ravens had played a great game last week. I could totally see this one blowing up in my fucking face Monday morning, but we're going to ride it right now on Thursday.
I like that bet. I'm also going to piggyback a little bit off that one. Talk about prop bet of the week that I like.
Ooh.
Lamar Jackson over rushing yards. I've taken the last 2 weeks, hit over each time. I like Nick saying that Lamar Jackson's going to run all over the Detroit Lions. Good prop bet. Usually his over-under for rushing yards is around 78 to 81. Take the over on that. He's hit it both weeks so far this season. They're not going to stop him.
You don't know what it is for this week. It's just going to be around that area.
That's where it's been. I'm looking it up right now as we speak.
My third confidence pick this week is the Indianapolis Colts.
Ooh, see, I didn't
Getting
want
5.5 versus the Titans. I think the Colts are a little bit better than their 0-2 record indicates. And even if Wentz doesn't play, I'm not convinced that Eason's a step down.
So, interestingly, Brett Hundley has been taking majority of starter reps in practice yesterday for the Colts.
Interesting.
Guy's got 2 sprained ankles on both two legs.
Did you hear he's rolling around on a scooter?
Yeah,
They
he's
say
going
he
to play
might
on
play?
Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Wheel him out there on the scooter.
Yeah, wheel him out there. Fucking wheel yourself for a 4th and go, you bitch.
But I think that Titans line has a lot of issues. And I think that the Colts D is pretty good. I think they'll get to Tannehill, and I think it'll be a good game. Even if Tennessee wins, I'll take the 5.5.
An update for you guys. Lamar Jackson's prop rushing yards is 75.5 for Sunday. Take the over.
Fucking
Johnny's taking the over.
I'm hammering the over on that prop
the
bet.
over on that.
That's my prop bet of the week. Maybe I'll start doing that as a segment. Who knows?
Throw it in there, Johnny.
Throw it in there. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know what bets you take this week, and let us know if you listen to us. Hopefully you don't listen to Big Mike. So we'll be back next week with our Week 4 picks, and good luck this weekend. See
Ride
you
the
then.
train.
Ride the train. Choo choo.
Let's go.
I want crab legs!